man.
1, 2, 3, sync.
That is not how you do that.
How do you sync officially?
You clap on its own.
Oh,
you
so like
say
1, 2, 3.
You're like
Sync.
Sinking?
Yeah. As long as you say sync somewhere in there.
Syncing. I did that. I already synced. I'm using all of this.
Yeah. This is the beginning.
You're the editor, so that's whatever you feel like dealing with.
Yeah, so this is Next Level Thoughts podcast. I started doing introductions because the first two I did not do anything. I just started talking and I'm like, I didn't introduce him. So everyone, this is Brent Wirfel. I say your last name right?
You nailed it, man.
Fellow actor, improviser, doctor, you name it, you've done it.
Yeah, I can do absolutely anything.
Yeah.
Anything you need me to be.
That's it, guys. I can do anything.
I stayed in the Holiday Inn Express last night. So.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Yeah.
I can do anything. My favorite line already was to my roommate, you gotta watch your prostate.
Yeah, hey, you know, I'm turning 30 in a week, so it's time to start thinking about those kind of things.
You are. Your birthday's coming up.
Yeah, August 13th.
Having a birthday through COVID.
The big 3-0. I know. I was hoping it would be over by now. I mean, not that I do a whole lot of big things, but
yeah.
I wanted to like skydive on my birthday, but
no, you're gonna be quarantined.
Quarantined.
I'm sorry to tell you, man.
We're gonna have a socially distant party. Everyone's gonna wear masks. I'm gonna make sure of it.
Are you really gonna do that?
No.
Okay. I'm like, are you really gonna do that?
You're rethinking if you're coming or not.
No, no, because I told you originally. I'm like, dude, I'm down. I'll be at the party. And then I thought, I'm like, there's gonna be a lot of other people, and I have asthma, and I'm like, I don't know. I do want to go, and I'm pretty sure I am gonna go.
Yeah, I think it's only gonna be, I mean, no more than 10 people. 10 at max. 11, I think, is the count right now.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to keep it in the parameters of the
Yeah.
socially distant. It's outside too, so.
Yeah, germs don't. We're good.
Yeah,
We can
we'll
do
have a
that.
fire, and anyone that coughs, we'll just throw them in the fire.
Go. That's
Yeah.
how I feel when you cough in public.
Oh, man. For sure. Coughing in public is frowned upon.
Can I cough like because of the asthma? I cough like just like
Yeah.
like that naturally. So when I'm in public now, I'm just trying to hold it in. Like, dude, they're gonna fucking crucify me right now.
You get looks, man. Even sneezing too. Like sneezing's not even a symptom of COVID, but you sneeze or even like
Anything.
look like you got the flu or something, you're going down.
Legit anything. And they're like, dude, it's no bueno.
Yeah.
It's no. Oh, and I did want to talk to you about because we recently got the video from Claire.
Yeah.
About the show, and did you watch the whole thing?
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I had to. It's been so long since I even seen it or even thought of it, which is sad. But I mean, that was so much fun.
So to add structure to this, because yesterday I was talking to Andy, and I was going down talking about that, and then he was like, "Well, for people that don't know," and he like added structure to it. We're like, "Hey, thanks for adding structure to my podcast."
Yeah,
so,
you know.
for the people that don't know, we were improvisers together at Second City Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on the show, our grad show, which is this sketch was Self Destruct in 5 seconds, and
Badass name.
I loved the show, dude. And it was so much fun to perform. Every performance, it was just so much fun, man.
The whole thing, just from the beginning of when they put us in those groups to the first class and then to the final show, it was something that I cherished so much, and it was such because it was like a 11. How many? It took like a year and a half, 2 years.
It took a
to
long
finish the whole
time,
thing.
yeah.
And that was just such a culmination of all that, and it just felt so good to have a good
was
show,
good,
you
dude.
know.
And rewatching it, going back and finding all the little moments in the show, like that's really that one where I was a squirrel and then I get shot and I die, and then Ava comes to me and she's just like starts hitting me on the chest, like no. And like legit, I can see it in the video. I'm just like, I'm really getting hurt.
You're like flinching.
Yeah, it did not feel good. And then when I came back to life and I did the reverse part of the sketch, and I'm hitting her in the shoulder, like, wake up! And that became our inside, like, try to make each other break in front of the crowd and whatnot.
That squirrel hunting was hilarious. I noticed. I remember whenever I would come out on that, because I came out after you got back up. I came out and I rubbed my head on Ava's side, and I could just I could feel her like laughing from vibrating. Because I think that was like the first time that I done that. Like rubbing on her side boob. Like, what the?
That was the fucking that show. And then I think we talked about it too. Adam with his superhero.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam Bowling with
I
this.
can't even do the voice. I don't know how.
What was his name in that? I need to rewatch it again. But he had like his own. There's a superhero scene, and they both had their own kind of. He was the arch villain to his super. You got to watch it.
Yeah, it's a very.
It should be on YouTube. We'll put it on Hulu or something.
We could actually upload. I mean, I could upload it to my channel, just like the whole 40 or 50-minute thing.
You totally should. You should edit it, put it on a little screen in the bottom here. We can just pause real quick.
Yeah,
Pause break quick.
the only issue with that is I don't want to do any work with it.
Yeah.
when I was with Andy, we had in the middle, or anyone in the middle of stuff. He's like, "Well, could you edit that part out?" And I'm like, I'm not gonna edit anything out.
You do it
I'm doing
whatever you said.
zero work. Like, I'm gonna go my computer, my Mac, and the beginning and end, sync the audio. I'm not gonna go there and like make sure the audio is leveled and.
Yeah, drag and drop.
I want to do no work.
I don't think there are many podcasts that actually do that. Like,
I
clip,
don't know.
unless you're doing like news segments or something like that, where it's like segmented.
Yeah.
I don't think. Look at Joe Rogan. I don't think there's.
Yeah, I know with him they edited like this is one camera, but they have two cameras, so they have to go and edit like back and
Oh,
forth.
I guess so. Yeah, you're right.
But with this, just one audio.
Yeah,
It's
put it
gone.
out there.
I don't know what this is. Just
You know,
fucking
cursed.
gone.
It's cursed.
The what?
It's cursed.
You can curse.
Fuck.
You can say anything. There's no rules to this
There's no rules.
podcast.
This is
That-
pretty cool though, man. I'm super excited
It's
to
pretty
be
cool.
on.
I like it too. It's I just got bored, man. I was just here for the first month of quarantine. Just lazy piece of shit I was.
I mean, I'm still doing that. I've been doing that since March. So
Did you find your like productive stride midway through or something, or you just kind of stayed in that?
you know what? Now that my girlfriend's back to work, we've been getting up a little earlier, which feels like I'm productive. But
Okay.
really, when she leaves, I just go back to sleep. Just she asked me when she comes back. She's like,
Hey,
"What
I'm
did you
going
do
to
today?"
work.
Like, I was up from when you left to now, and no, I slept the whole time.
I can't wait to just now. I'm gonna go edit that little clip and just send it to her. Just like
Ah,
that little part.
Yeah.
I just send her that.
will not be happy. I just do the dishes right before she gets back, and she thinks that I
Oh
cleaned.
man, friend, the relationship type thing.
Yeah, it's getting pretty serious. The whole pandemic really just set it in motion because we met at the end of last year, and I worked with her for like a year before this, and I knew I really liked her.
I remember you told me before you
Yeah.
even. You're like, hey, I like this girl. I'm like, okay.
So we hit it off at a Christmas party that we had at work, and then it just kind of snowballed into what it is today. But she originally had planned to leave and do a little like trip abroad. She was going to do like farming, like international farming. You get to go and work on a farm, and they pay your room and board.
You go internationally and you go farm.
It's called woofing. It's like World Organization
Sorry,
of
I didn't
Organic.
expect that.
Yes,
there's
crazy.
no,
That's
there's
the
no
first-
way I was ready for that word.
Yeah,
There's,
woofing.
you could have said anything. There's no way I was ready for that word. Yeah, dude, it's called woofing. No, there's
woof woof, man, all day. But she had this whole plan set up. She was leaving in April, so as close as we were getting, she was still like, "Yeah, I'm leaving, so we can't get too close." And then, of course, COVID happened, and we did a little trip across the country right in March, and
right in the prime of COVID.
then we moved in together. So it was like, but it's
Fuck,
great.
man.
We're having a blast.
Awesomeness, man.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, but it's been. I've told so many people this is the longest I've gone without having a job or like working consistently.
Well, yeah, it's a
since I was
weird
15.
time, man. It's such a weird, fucking like, just everything's like the new norm. Everyone has a mask, and it's just weird. Like sometimes you just get caught looking around and being like, what are we? Yeah, what's going on right now?
I want to take it seriously, even though I'm not 100% like the demographic of people that are being the most affected by it.
Yeah,
I don't want to spread it at all, so I'm wearing my mask and inside trying to stay away from people that I don't live with. But you can tell those people that are like really frightened about it. Like the people that are driving in their car with they got the gloves and the mask on. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
that I feel is a little too extreme. You're like, you'll be fine.
It's not in the air. It's like when people are talking around you is whenever you should be worried about it.
Yeah,
But if you're just driving in your car by yourself with the windows up,
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's fucking.
you're fine.
I hate those people. Dude.
Yeah.
There's a few of them out here in Glendale. I see like the same type of cars around here. Like I'm like, what do you?
Yeah.
By the way, just looking at you are the whitest person
I get that a lot from you.
I've ever seen.
You said that when I said prostate.
But you're looking like you're just the whitest person you can be, which is, I guess, a compliment. Not anymore, I don't think.
no, it's
You
kind of
white
hard.
people
right
had
now.
your
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
You had
Coming
your
to an
chance.
end. Yeah, it's time that I changed. So I'm really hoping to get a tan or something.
It's time that I changed. You guys had your shot, and you guys are falling down now.
We are not well represented right now.
Hollywood just fucking done with you
Just
guys.
done with us. You know what? Good, because we suck. Our ancestors are not some people to be proud of.
Yeah, let's talk about that specifically. What exactly though?
Yeah. Well, not mine personally, not that I know of. I did ask my grandma one time. I was like, did we know? Because we're very German. You know, Wirfel is a German name. And
Oh yeah.
I was asking her one time. I was like, do we have any like Nazis in the family? Because we are like,
Yeah.
Hitler would love us because blonde and blue eye. She just she acted like she didn't hear that question. She just ignored it and kept it moving.
That's the best way to go about it.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some for sure.
Yeah, I know. It's what it seemed like. I definitely need to do some research. I hope not. Fingers crossed. And I apologize to anyone who was affected by that dilemma.
Just the
Going on
idea.
in Germany.
Just the idea of Hitler and all that being called a dilemma. Like it's the most. Sorry about
very
that whole
casual. way.
that whole scuffle that happened back then.
It's very serious. A lot of people died. I'm not trying to downplay that at all.
That whole scuffle back then. I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that took place.
That whole bugaboo, you know. He hoodwinked a lot of people.
Yeah, I like how we started talking about improvising and now we're
Yeah, how did we get away
somewhere
from the
around
show?
there.
How did that happen?
I never know with this.
No, really.
We just keep going.
That's the beauty of it.
You know, it's really improv for me. Like, or I guess for you, did you continue after that Second City? Did you continue improv further than that, or just went right back into acting?
I did 2 shows. One with Ava, one of our former,
Yeah.
one of our fellow performers on the Sketch Will Self Destruct. I did one of her shows called Turban Outfitters. It was kind of like
I do remember.
a late
went
fill-in
to it,
for
right?
one of them.
I think I went to it.
You might have seen it.
Pretty sure.
That was fun. It was good because you know that once Second City ended, it was like you did it for 2 years straight, once a week, and a couple shows, and it was a blast. And then you kind of have like, you just felt lonely after the end because he was like, man, damn,
You
it's
finished
over.
all
And
that, dude. Fucking.
how do I continue from here? And then I did a show with another friend that I met at Second City. She put me in called Absolutely Not. And that was a blast too. We did that for a few weeks and got to just be a part of it and to do sketches and stuff like that. That's honestly, in the 7 years that I've been in LA, that is probably the funnest time that I had. Just being in Second City and then all the friends that I met out of there, and then we continued doing Riff Squad after that.
It's cool.
That was
I uploaded that video, and then the beginning of it's like Riff Squad.
Yeah,
and
isn't
the
that
comedy. I was
awesome?
like,
That was such a great intro. We had a blast doing that. We made a few videos.
Yeah, I was gonna film one today. I was gonna tell Janelle. I was like, well, we'll get Brent on. Maybe after that we can film something funny. And then she was like, okay, come up with something. And then I did not.
Yeah. Well, now the pressure's on.
Yeah. Now, by the end of this podcast,
Yeah.
I would think of something to film.
You know what you can do? You just publish it a week from now, and then that day
Right. We came up with
Yeah.
something.
that morning we'll come up with something. That way we don't
We could do that.
waste our time trying to think of it that week. It's usually when we do our best thinking.
Yeah.
We did a lot of. That would be a good way for people to see some of those sketches, because a lot of the first videos that we did were from our
That's
sketch
true.
show.
The Moist one, Friend Zone Police, which is
That was
so-
the original, dude. That's the
it's
OG.
so fun to do.
Yeah.
Friend Zone Police, which is just police that are interrogating a girl who put this guy in the friend zone, and we were the friend zone police, and it's just the best type over the top acting with me and you. Just like, oh my god, I'm done. Get her out of here. Get her out. She's done. It's like dude, that was so fun to perform. I can't even explain to you how doing the friend zone police with you was fucking hilarious.
On stage was amazing, and then even the short film that we did with that was great.
Yeah, I liked that. It was like the editing was like very like wasn't. I think I did it, so it wasn't great, but it was still. It was just.
Man,
I went
great.
back to watch it. I'm like, it's like a movie trailer, but it's like 7 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's like a 7-minute
It's
long.
like a short. It's like I feel like we could sell that.
Yeah, it says it's like a trailer, but it's like legit a short film.
Yeah.
It's way too long.
It's a hybrid. And most of our cast is. I think everybody.
I think everyone. Ava.
Is Claire in it?
I don't think
Maybe Claire didn't make it.
Claire's
She was
the
in
only one.
Moist.
Yeah, she was
She's
in that
in
one,
Moist.
which is fun.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna upload. I've been just uploading random stuff to YouTube.
Oh man.
That's one of them I gotta do.
But yeah, that was a blast, and we had such a great time. Dave Coleman was our director, and I thought he did a great job at just at least for me, going in and pitching ideas, and then him just kind of
That was the hardest.
forming it into it. It was hard.
That was the most like to me. That pitching an idea. I hate doing that now, and I didn't do it. I don't know if you remember for like the first 2 weeks. I didn't pitch anything.
But you nailed it when you did. Like you brought in some of the friend zone police, and I saved your life. I mean,
Yeah, but I didn't pitch for a while. I remember like Ava, you, and I think Claire every week would pitch new ideas, and some of it was good, and some of it was bad. Like, oh, that's a bad idea, Brent. Try another one.
dude, I was just throwing shit at the wall.
I was so scared to do that.
That was my problems. Like I was just like, I couldn't come up with like he gave us like the parameters of the sketch, but it was just so hard for me to like try to come up with something good. Ava was just remember her. She had like she brought in like 50 a week.
That's why I was like she brought in enough for everyone. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm fine.
absolutely.
She would bring in like fully written performance stuff. Like, fucking do your thing.
Talented, man.
Yeah, I just brought in like 2, and I'm like, I'm fine with these 2. If he makes the final show, I'm good. And it was fun, dude.
Remember one that didn't make the show was the Best Buy sketch.
I
I don't even remember what that was about, but that was pretty funny.
It was a fucking.
You came in and how did that shit? No, you were the Best Buy clerk.
I was a Best Buy clerk if I remember correctly. It was a very.
It was like guerrilla warfare,
Somebody-
guerrilla filming.
Yeah, some ideas we did were pretty dumb, but
Yeah.
very. I mean, even the ones that made it, like the squirrel, like they're just
Hilarious. I
Kind
mean,
of
so
dumb
dumb,
idea.
but hilarious. Who was just telling me, or no, we saw it. We had a little group chat with the cast, and they were saying that Dave still brags about us.
Yeah,
I feel
well,
like we were a great show.
I believe him, but I also feel like teachers might say that about all their
You know,
classes.
when you see a former student, it's like, oh yeah.
But see, that's why I'm indifferent. Like, I feel that way. Like you probably tell everyone that, but also we really had a really good show.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, maybe he does say that, but
And they required us to watch a lot of, we had to go to other grad review
Yeah.
shows, and even when we were doing ours, there was one before us, and we had to watch that. Not that they weren't good. It's just I just thought we brought a lot of energy, and I just felt like we were having fun out there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think that is what came through the most for our show. Whenever I watch it and watch other people, it's like we were having a blast. It was so much fun.
I think it's so much different the world of improv, the stand up, because improv is like we always say like you guys are happy people.
Yeah.
I obviously I did both, so I won stand up now, but I did improv, and it's just weird because after mics, like usually it's like negative energy or you feel like shit, but you're like whatever.
Well, the few times that I did stand up,
Yeah,
I was like, "Ooh,
which we're gonna get to right now in a
I
bit.
get
too.
pushed in my life. Dude.
It's just a different. It's just like a different world, dude. Like the improvise after our shows, we'll go get drinks and get drunk and have fun, and stand up is so different.
Yeah. 3 minutes is not enough time. Like you've been doing it for a while. You know that 3 minutes is. It's hard to get comfortable. I mean, you have to do it consistently and build up to it to actually feel good about a 3 minute set. But if you really want to go out there and flex your muscle and try to get better, you need like 10 to 15 minutes.
But I mean, it's hard to build.
It's hard.
It's
But
hard to build 10. I wouldn't recommend
You would go 3 minutes first?
Well, you have to. I mean, I did my 3 minute, I bombed, and I kept bombing at 3. Did my first show at like 5 minutes, and then I did like 8, then 12, 15. I started moving up, but 10 is a long time when you don't really know.
Yeah. You definitely have to write, and I guess 3 minutes is definitely a good starting point, but to actually get comfortable up there, you need to spend more time on
That's
stage.
just about going every night, getting the comfortability, and then building that. That's why I tell newer comics is they're like, oh, I gotta write this material. I'm like, yeah, you can write, do your time, have your jokes, but a lot of it, the first few months, is going every night and just getting comfortable. Because even if you have a funny joke, if you look uncomfortable, no one's gonna laugh.
I can smell it.
They can do it. Fool. I love hosting Fridays, and then every time I call a new comic up, and I can tell right before they say anything, I'm like, they're gonna bomb. Yeah, they're gonna bomb. I can just hear them with the way they, hey everyone, how we all doing? Oh no.
No. Shut it down.
Yeah.
They're. I mean, it's a talent to go up there and make people.
Well,
laugh.
talk about your first, your first. You did it a few times.
I've done it a few times, and I had so much fun. I just love being on stage. Is what I really enjoy about it.
Yeah.
I've never been a big writer, which is a problem because that's
one of the main things.
That's a huge thing about it. I found out, and with anything, like if you're gonna write your own stuff, that's one thing is to devote your time to actually sitting down and writing stuff. I have more ideas, and then kind of like improv, where you build the beats to an idea. You don't really write it all the way out, but you have like the beats of the thing. I have a blast with it, and I laugh at my own jokes, so that at least it's amusement for me. But there's definitely you gotta dance around when you laugh out.
On a 1 to 10, what would you rate yourself for your first set?
Oh, I'd have to watch it again, but.
Well, we have the video here.
Yeah,
it pops up.
Go ahead and watch that. I felt fine about it. I mean, I went back and did it again, so I would say.
You got mad one time that you got mad that the host
he roasted me afterwards.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Well, because that's why I always try to explain to you, like.
Yeah, you did calm me down. I went back and I apologized. I confronted him after.
You were very upset. Yeah, which is like
what the fuck did you say?
Which I thought was way over the line. Like, you went up there, and honestly, you bombed, and then he was trying to clean up the room and get the room back, and he was, roasting you, and then you got so mad, and you confronted him, and just like, the fuck you say to me? I'm like, dude, like, and that's why I was trying to let you know, it's, especially, like, when I hosted, like, whenever a comic bombed, I had to acknowledge it, or make fun of them, or anything. Like, if you would have bombed, and I came up after you, I would have been like, hey, come on, he's a straight white male. He's not used to
guys.
You
have to address it because I'm glad that was a valuable experience that you gave me there because you were hosting at the time, and if I hadn't had that, I probably would have just left.
You would have been upset.
I would have been left upset. But it made a lot of sense when you said that. It's like he has to save the room. And it's going to be your expense.
The room goes above anyone's feelings. Like, the room does not care.
Yeah.
And I kind of had one of your moments where I felt that, like, I got kind of offended for a minute when I did the show with the Ice House at like 8-minute set, and I did okay. I did fine, but I ended it on 2 new Bill Cosby jokes the day that Bill Cosby got convicted. So I just did 2 jokes about Bill Cosby. They were really bad. Like, one of them was, I forgot what they were. They were terrible jokes. So they bombed. Like, the last minute and a half of my set, flatline. And then the MC went up there and she was like, just like Bill Cosby's victims, those jokes felt cold or felt flat, something like that, and just kept talking so much shit about me. And for like a second, I'm like, "Fuck, dude!"
Like, lay off.
But then I'm like, "Okay, she had to win the room back."
Yeah.
And that's why I was trying to tell you that one night that you just have to.
No, I completely. That made so much sense that it made me go in there and apologize to that guy. Because I definitely called him out afterwards. Went right up to him after the show ended. I was like, "What the fuck, man?" But
I do remember that.
I'm just sensitive, and it was. I don't even think it was that bad of what he said.
It really wasn't.
I
was
didn't
there.
think
It wasn't
that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
But I was just sensitive.
Yeah.
And I was new to it, so I wanted to do well.
If you bomb on stage, it's more sensitive when you get off. Like, anything said can be like 10 times more sensitive.
Yeah.
Were you more nervous about doing that or doing like improv?
Probably that, because improv is just I feel much better when there's no rules. Like it could just go anywhere, and it's all what happens in that moment.
Yeah.
But whenever I have to have a little structure and you know, improv is very much a group effort.
I guess you
you're
have
not
your group to yeah, you're right. You have people to rely on.
Yeah.
And you get the leeway of knowing that everyone that's watching knows you're coming up with it on the spot.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get a suggestion of basketball, whatever, and then they know that it's all whatever you're throwing is new.
Right. Stand up, it's just you.
Yeah, and you have to expect that they expect you like, hey, I know you wrote shit down. Be funny. It's like, fuck.
And open mics are tough too because they're critical. They know you're trying to be funny, so you're like, yeah, go ahead, make me laugh.
No comics listen, dude. If you start going to open mics, there's no comics that actually like listen. They're on their phone. There's nothing.
Flappers is a tough room. That Yoo-hoo room. I mean, Fridays it can be good whenever there's people that are actually coming for entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, I'm saying there's tears. That's if you go around the scene. There's like the Lexington bar, like really shitty by Skid Row. There's shitty bars all over, and mics and laundromats I've done, and little cafes that are just terrible.
Remember we did it one night at the Cinema Bar.
Oh yeah.
In Culver City, there were 4 people in that room. And there was one guy who came in and was starting trouble, and we were.
That's how it is with most all open mics are just not great.
That would be something to see. Would be to actually get an open mic. It's tough because make it free anyway, just by consumption or something like that. But to actually have people come in and just want to be entertained instead of comics just coming up and like the whole room filled with comics that are just waiting for their 3 minutes because they can be critical, can be really critical, especially the new people that come in. It's like they really gotta.
Well, we always give the new people like if you go on stage and you're like, hey, this is my first time, that would be the only time that we will listen to you, but we're not gonna laugh just to laugh. I remember. I speak for every comic. We're okay, come on, yeah. But we won't laugh just to laugh.
I remember when you first started, you had that joke was like, how did it go about being your first time, and then something like.
Oh, well, I told people that because I told people, oh, this is my first time doing stand-up comedy. I've used that about 9 times now. Something like that. Which I tell new people to do that just because it's a little icebreaker type of thing. Like, just, hey, use that if you want fucking and work from there. Then you do your own shit.
Yeah.
But just breaking that ice or whatever at the beginning, which is like the weird part for people.
Yeah.
And, yeah, dude, fucking, I miss comedy now.
I always tried to do, like, interactive things. Like, I would... My one thing was... when I first started, I think the first thing I said was like, oh, I'm shooting my Netflix special. And it was a 3-minute open mic, and I was like, I'm shooting my Netflix special here tonight. So, and then one guy, like, out of everybody, turned around and looked to see if there was a camera there. I was like, hey, thanks for looking at it. I'm an optimist too. I like doing that where you kind of incorporate.
You have very, I remember one of your jokes. We have like very, again, you have very white humor.
It's very silly, and I try to be, physical too. And do some very physical things.
White Jerry Seinfeldish, maybe. I don't know.
He's clean. I don't do a lot of like dirty jokes too. I had that one dick.
Even
joke.
You saying the word dirty right now, I can tell you didn't want to say it.
I feel dirty.
You're like even can we say dirty? Dirty is good. The dirty jokes. I don't want to say the dirty jokes.
I don't curse anymore.
It's so opposite from
10 minutes ago.
When I have comics on here, they're just like, well, fuck your fucking dad and fucking, like, just saying every type of bad word ever, just letting it go. I'm like, you're like, well, dirty maybe? Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that.
Yeah, even my, when we were pitching the improv scenes, it was like, football dad coach at Thanksgiving. At Thanksgiving dinner.
Was that one?
Yeah,
I think I do remember that.
Yeah, I was the football coach.
Yeah.
But those are just like silly. I never had like the there's a meat and potatoes of an improv scene. It's like who, what, where.
Yeah.
But I always just had like the funny premise. I never really had like the relationship was what I lacked in mind.
I just didn't like doing because I loved improv, but then right when I was done. because I did. Remember, I had the 2-man one. Patrick is our middle name.
Heck yeah.
The 2-man group, just improvising for like we did like 20, 30-minute sets, just me and him. And I remember I quit improv one night because of one show we had that he gave me nothing, dude. It was me and Patrick, and he legit looked in my eyes with blank eyes and gave me nothing. And I would just be like, "Oh, doctor, so we have to go do this today, right?" And I'd look at him, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I think so." Or just nothing. And that working like extra hard. And we remember we bombed for like 25 minutes.
And to his credit, Pat is he's very much, he's got that humor where it's just, he plays that straight guy where it's just like just hit you with those one-liners and then everybody goes crazy.
Yeah.
But it's tough to, a 2-man show is tough in general, but it's tough to have.
Yeah, we legit bombed so bad and for 20 minutes that after that I'm like, okay, I'm going to do stand-up. Because if I bomb stand-up, it's just me, and I can live with that.
Sure.
But if we did the improv thing and you didn't give me anything, and I was like, dude,
That's tough.
I can't do this all day.
We did that one. I think I filled in for Pat one time when we did a little scene. Remember that?
Yeah, we did that
one. I think I still have that video, but that was
at
pretty fun.
the clubhouse, wasn't it?
I think the one in that little shopping center.
Yeah, that's the clubhouse,
Yeah.
which they have a stand-up there too.
Yeah, it's not open right now, but
There's
still
nothing
going.
open
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. It's sad times.
I think the end of February, I actually auditioned for Groundlings. Or for the improv program there. It's in the improv community. That's like, at least for me, I always heard about how vigorous and really challenging it was.
It's all mainly, I think if I remember, character driven.
Very character driven, yeah. But it's the audition is very simple. It's especially with our background, they're more so like you can't be a beginner not knowing anything about improv.
Yeah,
which a lot of in my audition there were a lot of people like that,
And then they got kicked out.
And you just don't make they don't kick anybody out.
Get out.
Make the money. They call it a workshop, or you get into terms.
Yeah.
So if you're brand new, they'll put you in the workshop and all right, take two months of this workshop and then audition again to get into the term. So they, to their credit, something Second City doesn't do is, you can just start improv 1 and go. It's kind of like beginner to the end. Whereas their beginning, they want to make sure that you already have a little bit of a background and kind of understand what it's about. So they put you in the workshop before they put you in the term. But dude, I got into the term right away. You totally would. It's definitely for those people that have no idea. Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I just never went.
So easy, right? Yeah, I didn't go either.
I auditioned. They came. I think I was going to college in Pasadena City College, and then they came there, and I think all my class didn't do improv, but I had already done improv at second.
I looked like a star there.
Yeah, I felt amazing.
People were like, "Wow, that was awesome."
Yeah, and then we did it. A guy from not UCB, Groundlings came and auditioned everyone that had class, and I was just killing it. I loved it. And then we went there, and that was in our we had an audition at the end of it. So I auditioned, and like, oh, hey, you got in here, you can start then. And I'm like, oh, $600?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. And to think, Second City was great, and I definitely would do that all again, but just the fact that when you get out, it's up to you, to keep going further and use your they don't have a thing for when you graduate. They're like, all right, now you're in this, and you're going to be doing a show every Sunday kind of thing for the graduates. You could write your own stuff. They have plenty of opportunity, but I definitely didn't take advantage of that. But it just felt I felt down about that. You finish and you put all this time in and money, and then it's up to you.
Then it's like, all right, and you're on your own.
Yeah,
and you go.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, man.
I wish there was something more for them. I wish there was something after that they kind of put you in a show or.
There was nothing. They're like, fucking, you're done. Here's a little certificate. Go take a picture, put it on Facebook. Fuck out of here.
Get into a fight.
It's like,
remember that night?
Oh, yeah, the fight. I forgot about the.
That was that night, the night we graduated.
Yeah, we graduated Second City, grad night, and then you decided to fight this dude.
He was swinging parking cones and
Yeah,
garbage cans.
it was across the street. This guy was just swinging parking cones, and then you didn't know any of them, but you just ran over there like.
I was tequilaed up, dude. I had
Yeah.
three shots. Of
We were
tequila.
both very tequilaed up.
Yeah.
And then he just fucking started running after him, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I started running after you, and then I get over there, and I'm not sure if you guys were just like squaring up, and then you had him in some headlock, and I just saw you go like, "Oh, oh, oh," and I'm like, "Brent's so mad." That's all because you're always so calm and very relaxed. That was the first image I've never get out of my head. You're just like, "Oh, oh."
That's my true Hollywood story, man. That was a crazy night. I did not. That night took a turn.
And then did he have a bottle and he was gonna?
He had like 2 wine bottles. He broke in half.
he did
And we're like, "What are we doing, bro? Like, are you trying
he
to
did
kill
the
me?"
movie thing. He's like, "Oh."
Yeah, he really did.
And he went to that, and we both chased him, and then he dropped it, and I remember we all walked back together.
Yeah. We after I fought this guy.
Yeah.
We did a little fist bump. It's like, you got me, and I fist bumped him, and then the
Which
cops
is
came.
Which is the coolest way to end
I know,
any
it was
fight.
amazing. It was
Just fight, hey man, you got me, bro. Good
he
shit.
just needed to
Fist
settle
bump.
down. He was wild that night.
And then I think we got in a car. We got in like a cab or something.
There was an Uber driver who
saw the whole
He's
thing.
a real one for sure.
Hey yo, guys, get in.
But we didn't get in that. We the
did?
parking attendants let us use their bathroom because I
How
had
we got
fucking
in
blood
there?
from my nose.
Oh yeah, your nose
You
is
know,
messed
my
up
nose,
because you
yeah.
got your ass whooped.
If
That's
you saw me, it looked like
That's
it.
the only soundbite from this whole
Yeah,
thing.
I know. Yeah, I got into a fight, and you got your ass
Sure.
whooped.
That's gonna edit that all to right here.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, no, I won that fight.
I'll give you that. You won. I was just there for backup. Some dude tried jumping. I was like, no, 1-on-1.
He got me a good one, but that was it. I got him a few buildings.
Yeah. I just legit that thought, man, he's so mad right now.
I don't know. I mean, it definitely tequila that sparked me, but I was having a great night up until then.
Man.
I remember I went to work that next day. That happened like 3 in the morning, and my face was all puffed out from getting hit in the nose. And then
Jesus.
the boss showed up at work, and it was like 10. I was waiting tables, for lunch, and I got this busted up nose.
Brent, you have to
I
go
was like,
home.
what the?
You gotta go
I
home,
got a
Brent.
little fight. No, he let me wait. I finished that day.
Really?
Yeah, I worked the next day too.
Fuck. Jesus. Oh, one question I'm trying to ask. Well, I'm figuring it out because I'm just starting the podcast.
Sure.
I want to end the thing on asking a certain list of questions, which I don't have today.
Good. So, I'm glad you brought it up.
But I wanted to end it. I guess one of them might be, what's your ultimate goal for? I guess more acting for you, right? More acting, comedy-ish.
Entertainment overall, I would love to be a part of it. It's so frustrating. I find myself thinking about it now, and there's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of people doing it. I would love to be successful and to have, make money and have consistent work and just to entertain people and to make people laugh. I'm really at a crossroads right now where do I put all that work into it, because it takes a lot, and it could happen, it might not happen. And the talent level, like there are some really talented people out there. It's a challenge, and it's just like 200,000 people come in LA every year, and
Is that what the number?
so they said it's like 200,000 people come in every year, and then
No wonder Joe Rogan left.
every 2 years it's like 100 leaving, 100,000 leaving.
Jesus.
But it's right now. I definitely need to think that through and see where I'm at with it and how much I want to put into it. And am I in it for the wrong reasons? Like, do I just want to be rich and famous? Is that like my end goal? Which would be amazing. I feel like I would be great at being famous.
Yeah, you look like Captain
I
America.
totally could be great at being famous. If someone would just make me famous right now, that would be great. But I got a lot of soul searching to do and to see where I'm at with it exactly. And I still love entertaining and being on stage, so I don't think that'll ever change. I'll always be doing that in some regard. But how much I put into it and what I want out of it is something that I'm thinking about a lot lately. So
And is your favorite actor still Kevin Spacey and your favorite Bill Cosby? You told me a quote I have.
Yeah. Bill Cosby's from Pennsylvania, where I'm from, so I can't.
Yeah. So
he's
he's your
innocent.
favorite.
I'm just kidding. He's not innocent.
No one can hear that part. So that innocent. All through.
Bill Cosby innocent. Latest podcast. Hey, whatever you gotta do to
You're
promote the
you're
show.
gonna be talking, and then there's gonna be sound over innocent. Bill Cosby, innocent.
That could put you on the map, man. That could be like this guy tells him how. No. Everybody listen to the full thing. Listen to everything. Disclaimer.
No one's listening.
No one's here.
No one's listening. That's what I tell every time someone's like, "Oh, I should have said that." I'm like, "No one's listening to this." This is one of those cool things, kind of how I want to film like the Halo thing, just to put it on YouTube or whatever, just to have content, even to look back 10 years from now. So like 10 years, 15 years when we're doing whatever we're doing, we can go back and be like, oh, that's where we were that time in our lives and during COVID. And
hell yeah.
People want to listen in and see what we're doing then. You know what I mean?
That's a beautiful thing. And I cherish those videos that we did of, man.
I'm definitely gonna upload a few more today.
That was a highlight for sure. Just like those times. I mean, in this room and
legit the hallway. Remember
man, we had so much fun.
The friend zone police, the hallway scene where it's like light at the end of the thing, and we're both with our weapons going towards like the lighted door, like a detective.
Really, Javier.
I don't know what this was. Yeah, dude, it was so dope. That was like the best shot. It was like 3 a.m. just to get that one cool shot down the hallway, dude. It was so dope.
Have you remember Plus Sam? You should totally put Plus Sam on there too.
What is that? I remember Plus Sam.
I remember Plus Sam.
I do. What is that?
It was me, you, and Brianna.
Oh yeah.
Remember here in the room? It was I don't know who wrote it, but
I think I did.
Yeah, I think it did.
It's
like a tenant who was just part of the apartment.
Yeah.
You remember?
I did write that.
Yeah.
I do remember writing that.
That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that.
I have
the
a
Uno game at the end, and we just like.
Yeah. Oh, I have. I was going through footage, and I have footage of Mario Kart of me, or I guess we were filming some sketch about like different types of Mario Kart players or whatnot.
Oh yeah, we did.
I have all the footage. I just saw it today.
Did with it.
I just found
a lot of that footage that we have like that.
Yeah, I found it today, and I'm like, oh shit, I might just try to put it together and see if I can make anything of it.
Sure.
I don't remember, like, I guess it was different types of Mario Kart.
That's what it was, the players and like how people.
Was that? Okay.
That was fun.
Yeah, I want to go film something now.
And the wing challenge. Remember the wing challenge?
Yeah, where's that footage?
That's on the YouTube page.
Is it? I'm gonna take it and put it on my YouTube channel.
You totally should. What is this gonna be? What's your YouTube?
It's just my name. So it's, what I'm gonna have is just Patrick Jara, like my actual name, and that's the channel.
Okay.
But in my playlist, I'm gonna have one playlist for my podcast, one for my Motivation Mondays. This fucking fly is gonna destroy me. One playlist for my Motivation Mondays, one playlist for like random comedy videos I have, one for bloopers, and then one for the gaming thing, like clips of my Twitch gaming thing. So I'm gonna have all those playlists and just upload whenever I can, man.
Killing it,
dude.
Check out my
this one flies.
My Squarespace website before it expires this month.
Wait, what?
BrentWirfel.active. I got a lot of great videos and I got a little bio. You can learn a little bit about me.
It's the most random.
It expires on the 25th, so you better get there shortly.
That's the most random thing.
Yeah.
Is it still recording? Oh, okay. Hey, check out my Squarespace website, man. We will. There'll be a link off to the corner. Of
yeah,
YouTube.
put it there. BrentWirfel.active.
Nah, I can't. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to do more work than I have. Like legit, no editing.
I'll comment on the video. I'm like, here's that link.
Thanks, man. I wanted that, man. I wish I had more like lasting questions, like what's his name?
Great, yeah.
James Lipton or Lipton?
Inside
the Actors Studio.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You know Inside the Actors Studio?
I mean, I've heard of that. Oh yeah, like what do they have? Like the round table.
Yeah,
I just watched one.
Yeah, well, not the round table. That's different, but also very good. Pretty much, it's a guy who interviews like famous celebrities, and
there's a bunch of them there together. I just watched one with like Shia LaBeouf, Adam Sandler.
That's
Tom
different,
Hanks.
but also good. That's
a great one.
Yeah, that round table was good. The the James Lipton. I think he passed away.
Right.
But he interviewed actors or comedians or whatever, and just found out their story of how they got to where they are. And
that's cool.
at the end of it, he'd always have like a list of like, oh, what is your favorite curse word? What is your favorite? Like, this is the random that he always does. That's what I need, and I don't have that today.
It's gonna evolve, man. I mean, this is the very beginning. I'm happy to be a part of it. And
Yeah.
It's just like anything. You're gonna get better, and it's gonna be refined. And
You are the 4th episode, my friend. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having
Edit point. I don't know how to end it.
me. Yeah.
I never knew how to end it, so we'll just stop it on. God,
Just
just
fucking
fly.
fly.
It's a big ass fly.
It's a big ass fly.
Alright, I'm gonna end this. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna go kill the fly. Dude!
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, where's my sandal?
Oh, I'm sad.
Hold on, let me kill it.